Mm, and we are live. What's good, everybody? Collective is back. Appreciate anybody, everybody tuning in, touching up. Um, yeah, we've been on a little hiatus, but hey, we always come back. But yeah, man, the collective is here. Your boy Elijah Green, and we got my boy AD with us. What's up, AD?
Also, let's deal with it, y'all. How y'all doing?
Yeah. And we got our other brother. He will be on shortly. Steve will be joining us as well. But yeah, man, we want to go ahead and get into it. My boy AD we were just talking right before going live, just about the importance of purpose and finding and having purpose. I know a big reason for why I do this as far as this the collective and podcasts and stuff like that is because I have over these last few years found myself having a purpose of just being an example, just being myself within my area, amongst the people that I work with. Being my truest self is has expanded so many doors and has shown people what is possible by just by doing what you do, doing whatever it is that you do. So I think the first kind of thing we wanted to touch on is what is it that each of us does. Me per se, I can say that I'm a business owner, entrepreneur, artiste in a way, but I run a brand, the Elijah Green. I've been pushing that for a while, but I don't know if I can say that that's what I do in the sense that that's my purpose. I have a clothing brand, but if I'm really being, true and honest, it's like what do I actually do is I try to, spread light. I try to, just show people, who I am and where I come from. I come from somewhere. I come from, a place of love, and it's like that's like the root of everything, of just who I am. And I wake up every day doing my best to just express and show love.
Harping on that part, what you just said, doing your best. That's something that we tend to overlook. We never really try to do everything with our best effort. Sometimes and what I mean by your best effort, it's not always going above and beyond 100%. Your best effort is being able to try, even though you're not 100%. Sometimes your best effort is just showing up. If you can show up for something every day, you can be consistent, you can create something, right? And when we comes into talking about what we do, an aspect of what I do, I really try to help people realize the strength within themselves. Because I feel like, and people tell me, and I see to myself, that I'm a confident person, right? But confidence is confiding in yourself. And if I can have people confide in themselves every day so they can show up for themselves, show up for the best version of themselves, I feel like I did something to better the world. Even if that was one thing or 1% of just realizing, hey, like, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's one way I try to interact with everyone in my community, from the people I don't know, from the people I do know. So it's like, that is something that is very hard for people to do, is realize how strong and confident they are and be able to walk in that. You know what I'm saying? And that pours into what uh, Reverend Greenthumb was talking about, you know, helping people realize they light. Because, you know, it's a close person I know, they've been working hard losing weight. They look so different. It shocked me. You know what I told them? The reason why it shocked people because that's your light. You're growing and you're changing. And it's going to have an effect on people around you. It's either going to dim their light because they're realizing how, you know, they're not doing what you're doing, they're not trying to grow or change, or it's going to be like a candle. You lean it and you light another person up. So, my question to the panel, or I'm sorry, to the chat, is how do you find yourself giving your best effort every day? Is it through showing up? Is it through trying? Is it through inspiring people? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about that. Because when we talk about purpose, that comes from trial and error. It doesn't come from figuring out from day one. Fighting yourself, and trial and error is the way you find your purpose and your way to help others. Or even yourself, period.
No, yeah, that's big facts. That showing up, that trying is like that effort is what, you know, builds true confidence. If you ask me, it's like, I don't know. I decided who I was gonna be when I didn't have anything. Like nothing. I don't know. I never let nothing really determine, you know, who I am or how I feel. It's like I make that decision myself. So yeah, it's like, yeah, I remember before, you know, before I met y'all and you know, started this, before I was on this journey, I was in a place of like just honestly letting everything go. Like I was somebody that had a lot, but I knew that, you know, I had to. I was on a different path. I needed to you know, find a different way of doing my life. I kind of built up a whole lot of baggage, and just, you know, was living not in my purpose. So I was having to, like I said, like let a lot of things go and be all right with that, and still, you know, be able to. You know, be in the same rooms with people and still be around the same people, like not, you know, having the status that I once had, but still being able to hold my own and you know, having, you know, that same confidence, that same smile when I'm talking to people. And yeah, it's like that's the goal. It's like I always try to, you know, let, you know, some of the young people that's around me know it's like, you know, we in the city and people deal with a lot of peer pressure, and like just feeling like you have to live and be a certain way in order to honestly take care of yourself, in order to be safe, and you know, I try to get people to just, you know, step outside of their comfort zone, step outside of trying to be, you know, amongst their cliques and stuff like that. Go do something on your own. You know, like build some self-confidence, be able to stand on your own. Don't have to be around people all the time. You know, do something simple. Like people do, like men are nervous about going to the park by themselves sometimes. Like they feel like they need protection, or they feel like something can happen and things like that. And I'm not saying that things can't happen and you know, life isn't real and all that type of stuff, but it's like you gotta be able to do things on your own. You gotta be able to hold your own no matter what. That's the only way you're gonna survive as a man. Yeah.
No, 100%. And just like realizing that if you can look to your left and your right and seeing what other people doing, and you okay from being different from that, you are a smart, strong person, right? because it's so easy to look to your left or your right and try to do what someone else is doing. And you got to realize to find what you are supposed to do or what you want to do. Are you okay standing alone in that particular thing, for by yourself for a while till you meet your so-called collective or tribe or just that friend or business partner, whatever? Are you okay standing alone and doing it yourself? Because sometimes doing it yourself and being alone will inspire others around you, not just to follow you, but actually get true help. See, you know who your real people are when they try to bring you into the money instead of the beef, right? Like, you know, if people hit me up and they trying to help them solve some beef or help them with a fight, they never call me like, yo, let's invest in this, yo, let's start this, or let's just start helping people, and then maybe in 2 years we start raising money from it. Like, they're probably not your people, because real people who want you to grow are going to bring you around things that's going to help you grow, not belittle you, not put you in places that you want to be. I hate to say this corny saying, but in grade school and teachers, they always used to say, one bad apple will mess up the rest, especially when they're in a tight bag. So you have to make sure you are clean and free of pungent things that's going to hold you back. And you might not know what those things are because you probably haven't gotten to a place of reflection. But if you can get to that place, then you can find what you need to do to move forward. Because at the end of the day, we might confide in people and ask questions, ask for advice. But any of those things are just really guides around us. Coach, a friend, it's just a guide to help you remind you who you are. If you don't have people in your corner to help remind you who you are and what you need to be for yourself, then you need to find that. And you can find that here at the collective, because the main goal and the one thing we always say is we're pushing a narrative, and that narrative is you. If you don't understand what narrative is even connecting to, it connects to events in a story, and you are that story. You have to find those events that's going to make you who you are. And you probably have certain events that's challenging you or make you feel like the world is attacking you, and it's not. Things that you're going through are meant for you, because in a way, we kind of brought it upon ourselves through our choices and actions. But we have to look beyond that to find what we truly need from ourselves in this life.
Big facts. I think that kind of lead up into our next little topic is, how does each of us connect within our community? And I think we touched a little bit on like what the reasons for connecting with others are. How do we connect with our community, man? First off, it's like stepping outside and being amongst folk, What's good, my man? How you doing, C?
Man, living the dream, man. Yeah.
Good stuff. We
family, man.
Oh, nice t-shirt.
There.
Go ahead. We'll give our man a little minute to introduce himself. Go ahead, introduce yourself, see, and let the folks know what it is you do.
Many names. Name's Caleb C. My Instagram, Aussie Hippie. I go my new name Fox now. We got different lines in the mix, but I'm really just a visual artist, a painter, photographer, videographer, just an all-around creative artist. The DMV area, I'm a family man. husband, father of two. I've been in that gym mode. Been a gym rat lately, so I like that lifestyle. The Fox name that comes from the boxing. I've been on the boxing wave lately, so y'all gonna be seeing more of that too. But yeah, I'm just another dude from the DMV.
But
I say. So along with that dog, with that dope intro, we had really got into how do we connect with our community, and what's one way you connect with your community, dog? I always see you all over, really just hustling, bustling. You know what I'm saying?
hmm I say, just being out there for real. To be honest, like Elijah can tell you, I do a lot of outside work, a lot of one-on-ones. Just being in the mix, but not too in the mix. Being too in the mix, that's how you get caught up everything and stuff. But yeah, just really being a part of everything as much as you can be realistic. As much as you realistically could be. Just cause I'm the type of person, like, I don't really put my whole life onto social media. Like, I try to be as transparent as I can. I try to be as, like, expressive and just myself as I can, but I never really been like a all out there social media person. So it really just going out on the streets, doing what you do. A lot of times, like, excuse me, a lot of times, like, if you see me shooting, or just like, I paint outside, I shoot outside, I work out outside. Like, if I'm not, and that's how it start. Like, you can ask Eli, like, when I started working out and getting on my fitness and working on my body and everything, I ain't started in the gym or even started in the home. Like, I started doing that stuff outside. Like, so that's really it. Just really being out and about for real.
nah, for real. Yeah. That's how everything happens. It's like
Yeah.
you got to put yourself in environments. Kind of like what we speaking with earlier is like how I'm always talking to folk about just getting out, stepping out on your own, like
hmm
not necessarily always needing to be around the homies or whatever
Right. Yeah.
kicking
Yeah.
around. It's
Yeah.
like you gotta be comfortable in just stepping outside of yourself and just exploring. Like literally,
hmm
it's like you gotta look at life like a game, and like you it's rewards you can get out here. You got that you can find.
No,
You got,
that's real. That's real. I was, man, just living your own adventures, just doing, sometimes that can be hard for certain people, like going to this event by yourself or going here or there by yourself, doing this and that. But that's really, like, not only it helps you grow as a person, as an individual, as a, whatever you trying to do, but it helps you learn yourself too, because it's like,
Mhm.
sometimes you don't need those other thoughts or other distractions or those other 2 cents in the mix. Sometimes you need to be able to actually think for yourself, listen to your own thoughts, like, create on your own, so
Real talk. I mean, and it's just like, to even just like alley oop of what you saying. If you not around people that's not in the mission, you wasting your time. You know
hmm
what I'm saying? It's like, not to say you can have those days where you can go to the winery, you know what I'm saying, with the family or the homies, but it's just like, you know, what they say, a man of power doesn't waste his time. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? He
right,
plans
right.
things out, he gets things done, he even sets his time aside for the fun. But it's just about having that particular focus that keeps you linear on that path. Like, you gotta
hmm
have like that bifocal view, and anything outside of that is really just gonna be a distraction. Because it's like, when I connect with my community, like you said, I'm out and about and I go to events, you know what I'm saying? I'm even like a grappler. So like, I know so many people that do so many different things just because
Mhm.
we do a sport together. You know what I'm saying? Like people, you can connect your community through sports, through fitness. You know what I'm saying? Through
Yeah.
business,
Right.
and it's all about what you provide. So like, I really serve my community by just showing up for people in the aspects of fitness, business, and just like consultations. One thing like today, one thing that all of us grapplers been doing, or people who's part of my sport, we don't see a lot of people that's that look like us, that's dark complexion, right?
Right. Right.
Melanated.
Right. Right.
So we created a group called the Honest Collective, where we get all of the brothers together, even the sisters, and we train. And we tell people everyone else is allowed, no matter what you look like. We ain't trying to cut people off or be like, this is a black only thing. It's just we just trying to get the people who look like us together more. So they don't
Do something positive, move your body or something, do
yeah,
something.
because it's so easy to be around people that don't look like you, and you don't feel like you fit in, or
Right.
you don't feel like you can say particular things or be yourself. But when you surround yourself around people that look like you, and then other people that's around you that don't, you're willing to open up more. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta think like that for yourself, because when you put yourself in a box, you feel limited. But you gotta realize that when you're outside the box, you're gonna be you're just universal. And tapping in that takes time, effort, and realizing where you want to be.
Patience too. I like how you spoke on like different, like the pinpoint of different lanes, like knowing so many people that do so many different things. I think that's a good part of it too. Like never be too closed-minded, or never be too too closed in where you can't add another thing on your belt.
Right.
It's like even me, like I'm getting to the point where like I've done so many different things over the years. So even now, like I got so many different things under my belt. It's like some people, they kind of like waiting to see what's next or what I'm doing now, or like, you feel me? Like me with the whole boxing thing. Like it's like the boxing is new, but at the same time, it's certain like it's certain family members where they like, oh okay, like they not even surprised by it no more. Like okay, that's your new gig, but yeah, because you just meet so many different kinds of people. Like I done met like models that are nurses, or guys that are in IT that do kickboxing, or like yeah, like you never
You
know.
do fold you up, you ain't know.
Yeah, like you could be a poet and be out here doing working on trains or something. Like you never. But I think that's the fascinating part about it, because really like tapping in and talking to people and really learning people for who they are and what they are, and their backgrounds and what they do and stuff like that, it gets real interesting.
Elijah, before you jump in real quick, I want to say this one last thing. So, and it just from listening to C-Rap, you know what I'm saying, and just what I just said, it's like if you really want to grow and connect with people in your community, find a skill to build, because they say skills pay the bills.
Yeah, man, all that. It's like if you're not learning and just putting new tools in your bag, then you're not gonna be around. I guess that's the only way to survive out here.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's a place of ego, because people don't want to so-called start over in something new. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
I think that's it's a beauty to be a beginner.
It's a mental aspect. It's a mental thing that comes with it.
Yeah, man. You're never necessarily at the finish line. At least I don't want to be until it's over, over, and it ain't over yet for me. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
got,
like, I
I
be
got way,
around my
way more to go.
OGs.
Huh?
I be around my OGs all the time because I always tend to hang around people that's older than me.
Yeah.
And they always remind me, like, bro, you ain't even scratched the surface of life yet. They be like, you hit a quarter, bro. Like, like you smart, you be speaking wisdom, but just keep going and just wait till you find out. And I'm just like, I'm listening. I'm like, I bet.
Yeah,
People be like, I don't want to get old. I'm like, what? Nigga, I'm gonna be at 45. Ooh wee. Like it just gets me excited. You know what I'm saying?
That's important too. Like just how you look at it. Like I can relate. Like a lot of times, even when I was younger, like I gravitated to the older crowd and people older than me and stuff like that. And it's like kind of like what you say, like they be saying like giving me guidance and stuff, or just sometimes just things I would say or do. They like you move like an old head or do things like the way I think and stuff. And it's like, dog, I'm I'm still in my 20s. You feel
Yeah.
me? You said like I be thinking like, dang, by the rate I'm going, the rate I want to go, like by the time I do hit my 40s, 50s, and everything else, like I just be trying to make sure I'm on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, by the time I'm in my 40s pushing 50s, my son gonna be like my age for real. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm just trying, work through that guidance mode.
Right. You going through those trials and errors of understanding yourself and basically, constantly building upon your purpose. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's like things that you was doing now and what you built, you know, as you go through life, you're gonna be focused on new things, building new things, creating new things. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing now, not saying, oh, you gonna quit. Nah, it's like you're gonna probably get to a threshold where you're able to do more things,
Right.
build upon that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna do that by being in your community, understanding who you are, and really just confiding in yourself. But that's something that, I wouldn't say it takes time, it takes effort to put into every day.
Nah, for real, yeah. Definitely.
So that, yeah, I think let's go into that last little topic right here. It's just you know what is like everybody's inspiration for it, just what they do and how they move. Like,
Mhm. Really, I would say it's just being able to, my inspiration is being able to create. And I wouldn't say like, a particular thing, but like, I would say as when I was a young and a child, seeing all the martial artists, and then like just where I'm at today, I wouldn't say, my inspiration was a martial artist, but it's the last part, artist,
Mm-hmm.
being able to constantly create because I'm more than just a martial artist. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm more than just, a writer. I'm more than just a dancer. Like, it's so many aspects to myself that I'm able to tap to constantly create. So it's just like the fact that I can create and show other people you can create too. That's just an inspiration to me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
being able to inspire people just by the way I show up. That's my inspiration. And if I can get other people to do that too, like, like one person hit me up, like, I didn't feel like doing this today, but like, I saw your post on Instagram, and I did it too. That means a lot. Like, I feel like I
I
did a
feel
lot
that.
because it's like some people, they just don't have the mindset to be like, I need to get this done. They don't have the mindset to build a sense of urgency in themselves. And that had to be built into me by my predecessors and the people around me. So it's like, don't think I'm not around people that's not doing the same for me. I am. It's just that they inspire me to be like, I need to be doing this for others because someone's doing it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not in the way they handing me shit. They like, I did my work. What have you done? And not to belittle me, disrespect me, but they keep me accountable.
Right.
You know,
That's
so
a strong word.
right, yeah, and
Accountability.
it's tough because you have to be the one to account for your actions. It's like money. You are your own accountant, not Billy, not Joey. Like Joey can be like, "Yo, you stink, nigga. Did you shower?" You know, and I gotta be accountable. Be like, "Nah, I didn't." Or I'm like, "Yeah, boy, I got you just tripped." You know, that's it gets to that point. What about y'all, brothers?
Go ahead, see.
I'm gonna say between. Well, there's a few things. Being that accountability word is strong because definitely like me being so young and having a family, I would say that's definitely one of my biggest inspirations at the moment. Definitely like, cause you know, being the man of the family, you know, everyone's looking at me for something. You know, I take a lot of responsibility for something. So it's like at the end of the day, whether I be tired or it's a long day or you know whatever the case may be, I gotta look at it as, am I showing up? Am I doing my job? Did I do what I was supposed to do? Or even just the fact of, you know, the kids growing up, are they gonna remember, you know, dad back down, he ain't complete the goal, or he met the goal regardless of the bad days, you know. But even aside of that, it's like just being a better me today than I was yesterday. It's like I really like that saying, because it's like it's always room for growth. It's always room to get better. But even the fact of my passion of like you say, like my passion of being a creator itself, because being a creator, it goes so far past visual arts or painting or picking up a camera. Like you can create a life for yourself, you can create goals, you can create a family. Like shoot, the martial arts and boxing and kickboxing, like whatever you may do, that's a form of creating. Like you creating the version of yourself. Like creating can be so much more than just being an artist, you know. So just creating different lives and creating different avenues for myself, just, you know, that's really like where my inspiration stems from, for real. Just that passion of being a creator and creating more and creating what my, you know, that next step, what could be next for me, you know. How can I make this season better than the last season, you know?
Word. I think I'll just say for me, like I kind of touched base on it like earlier. It's just, I'll just say like my inspiration is just like the fact that, you know, excuse me, I come from somewhere, you know, and it's just like I'm here to represent that. And you know, from like the deepest places, like I come from a place of love. Like I receive love. And you know, it's like I gotta get that back. I gotta express it. I have to. Yeah, I gotta give what I was received. And so yeah, to try to move in that manner, you know, of love and respect. I don't care if anybody likes me. I don't give a damn if anybody likes me, but I'm gonna move with respect. I'm gonna move with love, and I'm gonna feel that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, not for that. I mean, that's the best energy move with, because it's like what you put out is what you get returned, and it's like, you know, you might be walking around like the water barrier, just pouring into everybody's cups, and you probably got your cup open too, but you ain't pressed about getting anything in return, or be like, he didn't do this for me. It's like I'm giving out of my heart and love. You getting my energy, and I'm spreading. I know what's gonna come back to me just off that.
That's real.
I come from serving, and I've served in every aspect you can serve.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like yeah, just showing up, being there for folks. Um, the more of that type of energy you put out, the more you're gonna receive. And I've received a lot. I've received a whole lot just off of just looking to give and express
Planting
um
those seeds.
love.
You
So
reap what you sow. Like how you said that, plant your
right,
seeds.
reap what
You
you
reap what
sow.
you sow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like the parable of the sower. Like, are you gonna show up constantly, even though ain't nothing growing? You constantly picking at your plants, things keep getting burnt up. You probably didn't grow something right the first time. That
Mm-hmm.
trial and error is everything because it shows who you are
Mm-hmm.
to yourself, not to others. Like people see you fail, so what? If they see you win, so what? Victory at the end of the day gives you ego. It still, brings you defeat. So you might as well enjoy the trial and error and let it become who you meant to be.
See, I like how y'all both of y'all put that into terms because it's crazy. Like speaking on that subject, like I was just talking to a stranger actually. Sometimes like rather that with strangers, whatever. Because sometimes strangers be the best people to talk to for real. I guess I was having I guess my day was showing on my face or whatever. I was having a long day or whatever. So, old head, he had the best stop. What's going on, young and da da da. And I, regular day to day, money, take care of the fam, got this, that going on, whatever. And it's like taking what I talked about with him and bouncing it off what y'all just said. He said something very specific that probably stick with me for a long time. I probably never forget it. He said a farmer is still a farmer on the off seasons. A
Mm-hmm.
farmer is still a farmer on the bad seasons when it's cold and gloomy, getting too much snow and rain, and the crops not growing, and you know the weather not hitting, all the sprouts not sprouting and stuff. He's still a farmer, just gotta figure it out, try a different way, figure out how to get past that, since say the springtime.
Big facts.
Hmm.
Yeah, you always gonna get what you need, when you need it. Whether it's a message, whether it's some money, whether whatever it is, you gonna get
Hmm.
it when you need it. And if you ain't got it, then maybe you don't need it. Maybe you just need to figure something else out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nah, I think we covered everything today. Um, Good wrapping it up with y'all brothers. Anything else y'all want to touch on before we close out the day?
Just like we said, just show up for you. And if you're having a hard time showing up for you, show up for someone that you care about that's actually trying to change and grow. Like, look at the gear, grow.
Hmm.
It's on the shirt. If you ain't doing that, what you expect to come for you?
Yeah, man, you got, you know, it's not all about the money and just take time to grow that mental, do things for yourself that, you know, it's all about time management too. Like what you put in then to your time. Like if you got the time to do it, make that sacrifice. Put down that uh phone or whether it's 10, 15 minutes, whatever it may be. Like you said, like AD said, grow. Like help yourself grow. Not for the people around you, but for yourself. You never going what's the word? You always gonna feel the outcome of helping yourself grow.
Big facts. The more you help yourself, the more you can help those around you.
Mm-hmm. But yep.
That's all it is. All right, man. Appreciate y'all for being here. You know, appreciate anybody for tuning in.
Yeah,
And
man.
yeah, we're gonna be right back. Promise, we're gonna be right back. We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, man.
It's the collective, baby.
Speak that real.
Most definitely the
Speak that
collective.
real. Keep it
All
going.
love, y'all.
Express
Peace.
yourself.
Peace.